When I look at a picture of my kids, I see greatness, I see pride, I see joy. I came over a whole lot of obstacles. They bring me light, they bring me joy.
This is a picture of the first time I went back to see my mom in India after COVID. She had gone through grief and isolation, and we had survived it. So this is really a picture of survival.
My daughter is the light of my life because she is very resilient in all of her life. She is the only child. Her father had passed away when she was 2. If you want to understand what grief looks like on a kid that is still striving in this world, this is what you see.
This picture represents a year after I had a heart surgery, and it just basically just like let me know that my kids is the light of my life. They helped me come a long way from all my struggles from my past to where I am now.
Part of my mother's role with her 9 children, whose father died just after this picture was taken, was to remind us that that winter is long and dark, but it's going to be over. We were subsistence farmers, essentially, and we would sometimes run out of food before winter was over, but somehow we got through.
The picture is of me and my late uncle. He always had the light, even in the midst of darkness a lot of times. He struggled with addiction, yet he would give his last to anyone. So I was graduating with my doctorate degree. One of the first few moments that I understood that anything that I accomplished in this world, it was because of them. And that in a lot of ways, through their trauma and protection to ensure that we didn't go through that same thing in our lives.
I look at this picture of my dad playing a guitar, my mom playing a dulcimer, and my parents taught my kids how to play music, and they inspired me to sing and play music. And I just see a determined family that wants to carry light through generations.
This picture just brings so much joy to me because it's my 3rd son and it's my 3rd grandson. And they mean so much to me. I love them very much.
You know, my grandson, he's 3.5, and he's like the light of my life, literally. It was a picture that was taken at the zoo of me and him, and it just really reminds me of like unconditional love, and as far as I've came and how grateful and blessed I am to be present today, to be with him.
Picture of my brother. He died of cancer when he was 24 years old. But I look at this picture every day, and I talk to him every day up there. He gives me hope and motivation not to give up and keep going and keep fighting.
What brings me light is my mother. When I was in foster care, she was the person who received me after she basically raised me to be the woman that I am today. She accepted me for who I was. You know, when I came out to her, she basically was very accepting of my lifestyle, and she just told me to live my life the way that I wanted to the fullest, and don't have any kind of regrets.
My picture is a picture of me and my co-workers who we work for Over the Rhine Community Housing. We have been together through thick and thin.
I belong to a club called the West End Sisters for Life, and we do a lot of volunteering work. We do a lot of giveaways, like school supply giveaways. But this right here was taken on our 4th anniversary and dance.
What I like doing is feeding my neighbors. I like Price Hill, and I like to just mingle with them. They make me laugh and happy.
I chose this photo because a couple months ago we lost my little sister due to suicide. And my babies were very, very close to her. And the picture is of my daughters the day after my little sister's funeral. And I took them to a park, and we went and had a lunch date just to try to make it a better day for them. And just to see the smiles on their face after such a hard day, It made me so happy because our community is what helped cause some of them smiles. Everybody that sees my babies always lets them in on a little insight about how amazing their Aunt Car was.
Yeah, I'm in basketball, and basketball makes me happy. It's just like something that's like into my life. It's my uncle's name is Rayvon Griffith, and when I was little, I used to watch him play basketball, and I wanted to be like him when I get older. I like the picture. I knew everybody on my football team. We got some new people that's good. My family, they wasn't there, that was sad, but some other team moms was there, so some other parents came. But still, I like the picture, and it reminded me of my childhood, because it was 2 years ago.
I live in Lower Price Hill, and the picture I have means showing that I'm helping kids in the neighborhood. Make sure their clothes get clean, because I work at the laundromat. I know I help somebody out, you know. They just, you know, little kids running around. You need people to talk to.
I had just gotten out of COVID, out of the hospital, at COVID-19. I hadn't even fully recovered yet, but I was still smiling. Through the trials and losses, I managed to keep smiling. This picture represents strength, resilience, recovery from not only illness, but also my drug addiction. It reminds me that I am not just a survivor, but I'm an overcomer.
This is a picture that really inspires me because I always felt like that I had to hide in the shadows. And I feel like now that I'm not in the shadow no more and I'm not afraid.
I was with the church that I just started attending called Lakeview, and we went on a church picnic, best time of my life. And that picture right there is is at East Fork Lake. I'm sober, and I'm in the lake. I never got in the lake before.
This picture is the first day that I got out of jail. So it's my first day of freedom and sobriety. I just don't ever want to look back to the struggles that but if I would have never struggled through that, I don't want to see how strong that I am.
I'm with my family. I think it was my little sister's birthday. I don't know, it just makes me feel good, like, because I come from, like, a background of, I used to be hooked on drugs, you know what I mean? And I've never been really allowed around my family, but I'm clean at the moment, so they, let me come around and enjoy family events with them. I was happy for the first time in a long time.
10 years ago, my using was so bad that my daughter told me she disowned me. Since then, she's got 4 beautiful boys. And about a week ago, she texted me and I said, I'm doing great. And she said, are you done using? And I said, yes. So we sat at her house, and that picture, the kids sat on me the entire 4 hours I was there. And today I want to live because I want to see them grow, and I want them to be proud of me, and I want my daughter to be proud of me.
My picture here is the new me here. So it shows sobriety, it shows willingness, it shows acceptance. And this picture here shows loyalty and love.
My significant other really brings me light. We do a lot of meetings and recovery-related things together, so I think he really brings me a lot of light, and I bring the light myself, to be honest. I'm a graduate of the program where I work now, and I get to give back to my community of women that were stuck in human trafficking.
My family and friends and people who've known me for years, when they see this picture, they see pictures with Patty, they can see that the way that I'm lighting up is completely different than it's ever been. My eyes are engaged. It's just completely different. So it's magical.
The picture
goes through my bones is my ex-husband. He was the light of my candle. Just the best friend that anybody could ask for.
This picture stands for light, for the light, my bright future. I see a beautiful black woman with a whole lot of promise, with a very hopeful future, a positive outlook on life, a new beginning. I'm going to continue to grow and mature, and I am alive, and I'm ready to start my new journey.
And this picture means a lot to me because this when I was going through a dark place at the time. I didn't feel pretty, so I got my hair done, got my nose pierced, and for a move to get out of depression mode. So it's just like, oh, I felt pretty at the time to take a picture.